What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Tuesday night or Tuesday afternoon.
All over the
Wednesday,
place.
what freaking day is it? I don't know, but we're giving you that Friday energy. How are we feeling?
Lovely. It's an exciting week when we get to have the Islanders on the podcast, and we try and have as many as we possibly can. So it's fun to see what goes on outside. Other than that, that's kind of it. Feel like it's kind of taken up the week, so there's not too much else going on.
We do have Nick on today's episode. We're very, very excited about that. Fantastic interview. We really covered everything from him and Olandria to Sierra to Ace, Jeremiah.
Yep.
We really talked about it all. Transparently, we do have a lot more interviews coming this week. So we're going to have even a bonus episode because some people are paired, some people are separate. We work with the team that handles the Islanders and all of their interviews, and we're kind of just... We ask for everybody, and then we are just given who they decide, and we just go with the flow.
Put it on the schedule,
and they put it on the schedule, and that's what we go with. So we're super excited about that. Obviously, we did ask for Olandria as well to be with Nick, but I think Nick even said in our interview that she's shy. She's like, taking baby steps back into the real world after the villa. So yeah, so we're super excited. It was a great interview, and just a lot going on with the Islanders right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's a lot when they head back into the real world. Obviously,
Right.
They get their phones, they're posting, they're all hanging out, they're seeing, how the season really went down. Like, they have no clue. They're seeing everybody's reactions, old and new, from past weeks and the finale and everything. So yeah.
I had such an odd day yesterday, and I'm still kind of recovering. But last week, I said on the podcast that I had such a bad migraine. Like, it was so bad. And then I don't think I properly rested after that. Like, I kind of just like, maybe that day I kind of like rested a little bit, but we still recorded from home. And then the next day back at it, doing a lot of stuff this weekend. But I still like wasn't feeling 100%.
Yeah.
And then yesterday at the gym, I fainted, and it was so awkward. It was like so scary but so awkward at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just like
embarrassing.
Because then when you come back, when you like come to, you're like, oh my God, what just happened?
Yeah, so I was doing I had like 2 more sets left, and we were doing sort of like a circuit, and I was doing kettlebell swings, and then I was doing pulse squats, and I after I had 2 more sets. I finished my second set, and I was like, I said to my trainer, I was like, I don't think I can finish, which I never really said. Sometimes I don't want to finish.
No, for sure.
But I out loud was like, I don't think I can finish. And then all of a sudden I like went to the ground. I like my eyes blacked out. I got really shaky. And then I kind of came to like quickly after that and was chugging water. And then I asked her to pour water all over me. And it was a scene. Like, it was just like, I was like, oh my God, I'm so it's not embarrassing, but I was like, I'm so embarrassed right now.
Yeah.
Because that's never happened to me before. But I think it was my body like giving me a sign of like a take it easy. You haven't rested really at all. Like, even when I didn't feel well, like I still, walking a lot in the heat all weekend. It just like, it's so hot. And I think I was not hydrated.
Yeah, you're definitely a little dehydrated.
I think it was a little dehydrated.
I know, like, you say you drink water, but like, I know you definitely don't drink enough water.
I know. It's like a problem, but I really try, and I think I do, but I don't think so enough. I think yesterday was that sort of situation, just like go in the heat, and then boom, my body was like, slow down, bitch.
Yeah.
So that happened yesterday, which was so not fun. And Matt's away for work, and I drove to the gym, but then I couldn't drive home.
No.
So then shout out Robbie Fox, who lives near us. He went and got my car and drove it home for me, which was very nice. Which is so funny. Matt was like scrambling and calling, and I'm like, it's fine, we could just leave it overnight. He's like, I'm gonna get this figured out for you.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know if we want to do that.
I'm gonna get this figured out. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. So thankfully Robbie went and got the car, and then I just
that's nice.
Just tried to lay down all
Rest
night,
up.
but that was it. And I just felt weird the rest of the night.
Yeah, that throws
honestly.
you off. I don't think I've ever fainted, so I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Neither have I.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We've been around now.
No,
at
that's
least
true.
Yeah, it was weird. It was definitely weird, but I'm feeling so much better today. Hydrated a ton last night.
Good.
And yeah. So I'm feeling better.
Good. Today's
Yeah.
a new day.
Today's
And,
a new day.
drink your water, honey.
I have to drink
Drink
my
your
water.
water.
Like,
Drink
I can't be
your
go
water.
and not be drinking my water.
No, I know.
Shit. Maybe that's where the
you've been
migraine
drinking
came from
some
too.
Yeah, probably. You've been drinking coffee. You know, it's the
I
caffeine
know.
like that
And
dehydrates
honestly,
you more.
I doubled up on coffee yesterday.
Yeah, that's
before the gym, because we had an earlier morning and I was really tired, and I doubled up on coffee before going to the gym, and I was like, ooh, I think I had a caffeine overload / dehydration
sure.
situation. It was
For
scary.
sure, it was too much. Yeah.
Yeah, but feeling so much better today.
Good,
So I'm glad.
good.
Very, very
Good.
glad. But yeah, we're gonna get into the rest of the show. Guys, this is like last season again, where we're just like, we know our Cedo listeners got our back.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything just comes out of the woodwork at this point, the end, you know. It's like, I don't really even want to talk about it too much, but it's like watching a reality show, having opinions on it somehow negates us from being able to interview, or like, you know, like what, like it's like, oh, well, you thought this during the season, so you shouldn't be able to talk to them.
Yeah, but
Which is,
it's,
you know,
this is our
it's our job to interview these people too.
Yeah,
so,
and we want to, and we
Yeah.
enjoy it. And we've talked about this so many times on this show, that like, you can watch a show, have opinions on it, does not mean you hate the people on it,
No.
does not mean you dislike the people on it.
No.
Your opinions change every single episode,
Yep.
changes every single second with new information. You know, that's just kind of how these reality shows work. And as some people who watch every reality show, like,
Yeah.
that's just kind of how we go along with these things. So it is, you know, a bit wild to see, but obviously we still love interviewing the Islanders and talking about the show. So we're very
Yep.
excited for the rest of the week, and we're going to get into all of that. But we are going to talk about the Emmy nominations, and we also have the Popcorner on this episode as well. So let's get into it. Abercrombie just launched their new bra-free collection, built to make going bra-free that much smoother. The collection features pieces with removable padding and double-lined fabrics that give you the extra coverage you need to leave your bra at home. I've been absolutely loving the bra-free collection from Abercrombie. I have multiple of the dresses, the camis, so easy to just throw on and walk out the door, especially in the summer heat. And you don't want all that, you know, you don't want the bra on top of the tank top of the dress, and there's so many layers. With this, it's bra free, but it gives you that support that you need. Your personal best, Abercrombie's Active brand, just dropped a ton of new sets that are comfy enough for your morning mat Pilates, or for you to run and grab a coffee and just look cute doing it, post a little Instagram story in your outfit. That's really all you need. Abercrombie drops new arrivals every week, straight from your For You page to your closet. Shop their latest new arrivals in the app, online, and in store. All right, let's get into the Emmy nominations. Fran, you're going to kick us off.
All right, guys. So the Emmys are back Sunday, September 14th. Comedian Nate Bargatze is hosting.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Bargatze.
Bargatze? How do you say his name?
I believe so.
Bargatze.
Bargatze.
He is hosting. So we could run through some of the categories here.
That's a good host.
He is. He's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he will.
People love him.
Like roast everyone in a very I feel like he has a very like funny deadpan humor, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel he'll be really, really good.
And it's clean. It's not like
Yeah.
raunchy.
Yeah. Outstanding drama series: Andor, The Diplomat, The Last of Us, Paradise, The Pit, Severance, Slow Horses, The White Lotus. All great ones.
Yeah.
I think it was tough I think the season of The Last of Us was tough.
Mm-hmm.
One of the creators like left the show, I think, or one of the producers. Someone big working on the show like left after the season. Outstanding comedy series: Abbott Elementary, The Bear, still a comedy.
Still in that comedy
Yep.
category.
Hacks, Nobody Wants This, Only Murders in the Building, Shrinking, The Studio, and What We Do in the Shadows.
Ooh, the studio being thrown in
I
there.
know, I like
kind
that
of
the studio
forgot
was
about
in
the
there.
studio.
The studio was so good.
It was so good, and it was like
So
kind of just like a blip
good.
in the system.
Yeah. Same with Nobody Wants This. Also,
Oh my God,
good.
so good. That'll be back this fall, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then we have an outstanding And I guess you kind of forget because like the Emmys, we have all the awards. We have the award shows that are earlier in the year, and then the Emmys come in later. But these, like the shows, like the Globes, like still are in the running for this. Because sometimes you're like, wait, that season. I feel like that season was so long ago, but it really wasn't. Outstanding limited or anthology series. We had Adolescence, Black Mirror, Dying for Sex, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, and The Penguin. So once again, some good ones.
The Penguin, that was this past year, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, this year has flown by.
Yeah. Was it? No, can you look up when The Penguin's release date was?
Was it 2024? It definitely was 2024, I believe.
Yeah. It was probably right in the window.
September 19th, 2024.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think it's like September. I think it's like beginning of September, maybe. I don't know. Outstanding television movie. Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. The Gorge, Mountainhead, Nona's, Rebel Ridge. Your favorite. Nona's.
Nona's, yeah.
And outstanding reality competition program, The Amazing Race, RuPaul's Drag Race, Survivor, Top Chef, Traitors.
You know what show I caught a glimpse of recently that I want to watch more episodes of, and I never ever watched, and I don't know why. It's like right up my alley. Project Runway.
Really?
Yeah. I've never
Isn't
watched
it like the earlier seasons?
Never, ever, ever did I watch Project Runway.
Yeah.
And it's a show that I would absolutely eat up.
Yeah.
And I caught a couple episodes at the hair salon. This was weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I just never brought it up. And I was locked in. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, why have I never watched this show?
I think I really just watched like the first couple seasons. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I just remember Christian Siriano,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, no, it was so huge.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it kind of just like,
Yeah. Yeah. I do think the reality competition program like category stays pretty similar, but you know, the Traitors has stepped up big time, obviously. People watching it. Outstanding talk series, Daily Show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And then outstanding scripted variety series, Saturday Night Live, and Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. It's funny that it's just like, that's it. It's one or the other. It's two options.
yeah.
Outstanding variety special for live was the Apple Music halftime show with Kendrick Lamar, the Beyonce Bowl, the Oscars, SNL 50, the anniversary special, and SNL 50, the homecoming concert. Those were all such good live.
I was going to say, these are all
shows.
so good that happened
know.
within the past year.
I know. Outstanding variety special pre-recorded. She was like the comedy special. So we have Adam Sandler, Love You, Ali Wong, Single Lady, Bill Burr, Drop Dead Years, Conan O'Brien, the Kennedy Center, Mark Twain Prize for American Humor, Sarah Silverman Postmortem, and your friend Nate Bargatze. So he's nominated and hosting himself.
Double wham.
Outstanding game show, Celebrity Family Feud, Jeopardy, The Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I love that these shows get their noms
They're
still, you know?
going.
They still get
all
their
this
noms.
time.
Celebrity Family Feud.
Yeah.
I do always enjoy.
It's great. And why ruin a good thing with all these shows?
No, I
These
know.
are all classic
I know.
game shows for a reason.
Exactly. And so then we have the individual awards. Outstanding lead actress in a drama series. We have Kathy Bates for Matlock, Sharon Horgan for Bad Sisters, Britt Lauer for Severance. Lower. Bella Ramsey, The Last of Us, and Kerry Russell, The Diplomat. Britt is so good in Severance, obviously.
I haven't seen, but I
heard. Yeah. I never watched Bad Sisters.
I did.
Yeah.
Bad Sisters. I watched the first season.
Yeah.
Didn't get into the second season.
Outstanding lead actor in a drama series, Sterling K. Brown for Paradise, Gary Oldman, Slow Horses, Pedro Pascal for The Last of Us, Adam Scott, Severance, and Noah Wiley for The Pit. I mean, Noah was so fantastic in The Pit. And I love, so was Paradise. I really enjoyed Paradise.
The Pit's probably going to clean up.
You think?
I mean, I would think. I feel like it was like so critically.
Yeah,
acclaimed.
I don't. There was just like so much. So we're all like. I feel like Adam Scott had such an amazing season too.
Severance, too, yeah.
Severance. Pedro Pascal gets a nomination. He was in like 3 episodes.
Of course.
You know,
Of what?
The Last of Us.
Oh, well, The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outstanding lead actress in a comedy series. Uzo Aduba for The Residence. Kristen Bell for Nobody Wants This. Quinta Brunson, Abbott Elementary. Then we have Iowa Adebari for The Bear. And Jean Smart for Hacks. Those are all good ones too.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody Wants This was really so good.
It really
And
was.
Quinta, I mean, Abbott Elementary is like my comfort show. I haven't gotten. I have to finish Hacks. I'm like still on season. What's the season that just came out? 4. So I think I'm on season 3.
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta. Did you finish season 4?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. You did.
It wasn't my favorite season, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I just love that cast.
Yeah. Outstanding lead actor in a comedy series: Adam Brody, Nobody Wants This; Seth Rogen for The Studio; Jason Segel, Shrinking; Martin Short, Only Murders in the Building; Jeremy Allen White, The Bear. You better believe Martin Short's getting that nomination.
Mm-hmm. Always.
Always. You know, you better believe he's getting that
My
nomination. Outstanding lead actress in a limited or anthology series or movie: Kate Blanchett for Disclaimer; Megan Fahy, Sirens; Rashida Jones, Black Mirror; Kristen Milotti for The Penguin; Michelle Williams, Dying for Sex. Love Megan Fahy getting the nom for Sirens.
Yeah.
That's
that kind of got thrown in there.
I know, like Sirens wasn't in the general category, but she gets like
know.
an individual one. She was really good in Sirens.
It's so crazy when you think about those shows that we watch so quickly.
Yeah,
like in,
I know.
Like one night.
Right.
And you're like, oh my God, I forgot that show even
Forgot that,
happened.
yeah,
And it was
when it's
good
like-
and we liked it, but it happened so fast.
Like 5-6 episodes. It's like blink of
Yeah.
an eye, it's over.
Literally, that one was 6
Yeah.
episodes. It was so quick.
I know. And
But
Kristen
good.
was so good in The Penguin too. Outstanding lead actor in a limited or anthology series or movie: Colin Farrell, The Penguin; Stephen Graham for Adolescence; Jake Gyllenhaal, Presumed Innocent; Brian Tyree Henry, Dope Thief; and then Cooper Koch for Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. Presumed Innocent, another one that I would not have thought was
Jake
in
Gyllenhaal.
was in this time period.
Wait, what?
I feel like we watched that show years ago.
Wait. When did that come out? No, do
yeah.
a double check for us when Presumed Innocent came
That
out.
one-
Was that the fall as well?
Yeah,
September?
I would have put my money on
Or
like 2023 on that show.
June 12th, 2024.
What?
Wow. Yeah.
We watched that over a year
Yeah.
ago?
Yep.
No, but that feels like it
So
was
long
3
ago.
years
Yeah,
ago.
It does. It does. It really does.
What?
Outstanding supporting actress in a drama series: Patricia Arquette for Severance; Carrie Coon for The White Lotus; Catherine Lanasa for The Pit; Julianne Nicholson for Paradise; Parker Posey, White Lotus; Natasha Rothwell, The White Lotus; Amy Lou Wood, The White Lotus.
White Lotus.
White
it
Lotus,
always comes stacked. It's
Always.
always a competition, but they're always so happy for each other after. But you know what
Right.
I imagine would be like most salty is
Yeah.
Walton Goggins.
Yeah.
Like,
well, he got nominated.
no, well, I'm saying when he
Oh.
doesn't win against somebody else on the
other
show.
ones. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he gives me a little bit of like and not really, because he seems like he has a way better personality actually.
Right.
But like Jeremy Strong at the award shows when it pans to him and he loses, you know, like sort of like that. Like I wonder if Walton Goggins has that sort of energy. I don't know
Yeah.
if we've seen it yet.
Yeah. No, and I do think like there's obviously so many great performances in The White Lotus, but those 4 women, like, you know, Parker Posey, Carrie Coon, Natasha Rothwell, Amy Lou Wood, were so good.
So good.
And then literally the actor category for supporting actor in a drama series is like all Severance, White Lotus, and then James Marsden for Paradise. Zach Cherry for Severance, Walton Goggins, White Lotus; Jason Isaacs, White Lotus; James Marsden, Paradise; Sam Rockwell, White Lotus; Tramel Tillman, Severance; John Turturro, Severance.
Weirdly, Sam Rockwell might take that.
Truly just from that one monologue.
Right. Like people
Yeah.
love that one monologue so
Yeah.
much
Yep.
that he got a nomination off that one
know.
monologue. Think
I
about
know.
how much the other, like James Marsden carried an entire show.
Yeah. Right. And is like considered a supporting actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so true. Supporting actress in a comedy series is Liza Colon-Zayas for The Bear; Hannah Einbinder, Hacks; Catherine Hahn, The Studio; Janelle James, Abbott Elementary; Catherine O'Hara, The Studio; Cheryl Lee Ralph, Abbott Elementary; and Jessica Williams, Shrinking. Also good. Catherine Hahn, I just adore.
Just really
Just-
an actress of
yeah.
our generation.
I love her so much, and she was so funny in The Studio. I thought she was so good. I always think Janelle James is hysterical in Abbott Elementary too. Obviously, you know, Cheryl Lee Ralph as well. I would like to see Shrinking win a couple. I really do like Shrinking too.
Yeah, throw him a couple.
Yeah. Outstanding supporting actor in a comedy series: Ike Barinholtz, The Studio; Coleman Domingo, The Four Seasons; Harrison Ford, Shrinking; Jeff Hiller, Somebody Somewhere; Eben Moss Bachrach for The Bear; Melka Yuri for Shrinking; Bowen Yang, Saturday Night Live.
I'm rooting for Coleman Domingo for The Four Seasons.
He was really funny. in
Carried that show.
He did.
He's
I
what
like
kept-
that he got the one recognized
yeah,
for that show.
He's the one that kept me coming back to that show.
I agree. he was really, really good. Ike Barinholtz was great in the studio. I like Bowen Yang popping in here for Saturday Night Live too.
Why not?
You know, I think
Getting
he's
the recognition he deserves.
I think he is so funny. Supporting actress in a limited or anthology series or movie. There's Erin Doherty, Adolescence, Fruitnega, Presumed Innocent, Deirdre O'Connell, The Penguin, Chloe Savini, yes, Savini. Monsters, Lyle and Eric Menendez story, Jenny Slate, Dying for Sex, Christine Tremarco, Adolescence. Did you watch Dying for Sex?
I started it and then
didn't finish it.
I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
I think I started all those shows, remember, around the same time of my wedding, and then I was off on my honeymoon, and then I never
Right.
and then I never caught up after I got back.
Noah, Adolescence is, you watched that, right? That was the one about the
Yeah, it was like 4 episodes or something, like miniseries.
Mm-hmm. Right. I don't think I did not watch
Not
that.
a rewatch.
But a lot of cleaned up a lot of awards. Like for that category for supporting actors, Javier Bardem, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, Bill Camp, Presumed Innocent, Owen Cooper, Adolescence, Rob Delaney, Dying for Sex, Peter Sarsgaard, Presumed Innocent, and Ashley Walters, Adolescence. So a lot of Adolescence nominations too. And then it goes into like guest actresses and guest actors for people who had, shorter stints. Like Caitlin Dever got nominated for The Last of Us. And so did Catherine O'Hara, some bunch of Severance ones, and Scott Glenn for The White Lotus, and a couple more for The Pit and/or Last of Us. There's a lot. There's so many shows you forget because it's like that, like the show like Presumed Innocent. You're like, wow, that feels like so long ago,
right? And then even Sirens being in the same year as Presumed Innocent,
right?
I'm like, wait, how is this making sense?
I know. And even like a new season of The Bear is out now, but it's for
The Bear last
season, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So,
but wow, it was a solid year of shows, though.
Yeah, there were some
when you
really
bring up
good
all
ones.
those shows that were mentioned.
Yeah,
you forget how quickly time flies, and you're like, oh my god, that show was so good, but it just goes by so fast the way that it moves.
Totally.
So it's an exciting year for a lot of these actors and actresses in these shows. I'm excited to find out who wins because it's pretty stacked.
I know. I feel like it was such a year for Severance that I feel like everybody was talking about Severance. That's definitely going to be a big one. And all those actors and actresses in the Monsters, were so
that
good
was
too.
huge as well.
Yeah,
so much. There really is so much.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting.
I'm excited to watch. I love the
too.
Emmys, and that's a good host, and it's not too far off. Only a couple months now.
Yeah. All right, that wraps up the Emmy nominations.
All right, let's get into the pop corner. But first, guys, it's Truly season. Summer is here, which means it's finally the return of the Truly Pool Party Pack. Everyone's favorite summer drink lineup is back with 4 refreshing limited edition flavors: Peach Plunge, Strawberry Kiwi Splash, Blood Orange Bliss, and Red, White, and True. It's perfect for the pool, the party, and everything in between, especially if the thing in between is another pool party. Find Truly Hard Seltzer and the new limited time only Pool Party Pack at a store near you or located at trulyhardseltzer.com. All right, it's time to get into the pop corner where we're taking your voicemails, your hot takes, your opinions. Let's get into it. Start it off, Noah.
Hi, Rhea and Fran. So I have a Love Island question for you. Is Love Island Beyond the Villa supposed to be a reality show that will only follow season 6 contestants? So season 1 is Love Island season 6, season 2 is Love Island season 6, or is it Love Island season 6 and then Love Island season 7? Does that make sense? So then season 2 of Beyond the Villa, will it be the season 7 contestants, or will it only be season 6? Do we know this? What are your guys' thoughts?
It's a good question.
Bye.
Good question.
We don't really know the answer.
No, and I don't think they've said anything about it because I feel like they're also probably trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I was going to say they probably don't know the answer either.
Yeah. This is their first time doing anything like this. So
yeah, like my guess would be is like they made it purposely for season 6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if that does well with that cast, I would think maybe they would keep it that way. But at the same time, it's like season 7, everyone wants to see what they're doing too. So maybe they mix. Maybe it becomes everybody together. I don't know.
Right. And some of the Islanders from season 6 talked about how they didn't like filming it. Like, I mean, we saw that there was, the editing of the trailer and all that. They had a problem with that, which fair enough. Like, if they're filming a show and they don't like what they see and they don't want to do it, then they're not going to do it again. They also put them all in apartments in LA where they don't normally live,
right,
a lot of them. So I could see them kind of moving on to a format where it's just following the putting these people now into apartments in LA and seeing what happens, because a lot of those people, they don't live in LA, and it was kind of just for the filming of that. So I don't know the answer. Maybe they're trying to figure it out too.
I'm sure it's pretty fluid right now in the sense that, like, it's the first season of something, they're testing it out, and they'll see where it goes.
Hey, Rhea, Fran, and Noah. This is Allie from Mechanicsville, Virginia. And you know how the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives women went to Vanderpump Villa for a little crossover last summer? I just wanted to know if you could pick 3 other groups of reality TV stars to go to Vanderpump Villa to be on the next season. Who would it be and why? And it could be Real Housewives people, Jersey Shore, Siesta Key, like any group of people from reality television. Who would you want to see on Vanderpump Villa and why? Thanks. Have a great day.
Now, I think I need a little more background of what Vanderpump Villa exactly entails before I pick which shows would go in there.
I'm pretty sure Vanderpump, I mean, I have not watched an episode like fully, but I'm pretty sure it's just like a beautiful villa that is run by a staff, and they all work together and hang out together, and it's like filming their behind the scenes of working on this beautiful property that hosts guests and families and, lavish people who come and stay at the villa. So really, I think who would you like? There are, of course, the question we probably can't answer fully, because part of it, I'm sure, is what reality stars, like what group do we think would be really funny with like the cast of Vanderpump Villa, which we're not super familiar with, because you got what the heck is his name with Marciano with the Mormon Wives. It was like a whole big thing and all this drama. So, but just to really, to see any cast in that sort of setting, I'd love to see like the Summer House cast get sent on trips like this.
I was going to say the same exact thing. I feel like we always see the Summer House cast in the Summer House.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like even Southern Charm, they go to the Bahamas or whatever. But we don't,
every other show, like they do cast trips.
They do. We don't see Summer House go on cast trips.
Yeah.
I want to send them abroad.
Yeah.
Send the Summer House abroad and see what happens. That's a good one.
Exactly. I think that would be a good mix, because it's still like, younger folk get together, see what happens. Maybe they meet somebody that's working in the villa. I feel like that would be a good mix. Maybe they send some people from The Bachelor. I mean, if you're just thinking purely from the ABC umbrella of the Hulu, that's why Mormon Wives went to Vanderpump Villa and everything. Could get some of those, maybe like the Paradise contestants that end up together. They all go on a trip to Vanderpump Villa.
That's good too.
That could be a good mix up.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't mention in the beginning, but Bachelor in Paradise, there was a little bit of drama this past week, and I think there's another episode Tuesday night. I might be spoiling it a little bit right now, so spoiler alert for Bachelor in Paradise. But Justin and Susie are both on this season, and we know that they dated in the past, and Justin was getting to know Lexi a little bit and was kind of like reassuring her that, him and Susie are done, but then he's talking to Susie and he seemed confused. And then it was his time to give out a rose, the final rose, and he gave it to Susie. Yeah. And then Susie went up and was like, no, I can't take this rose. Like, I'm not going to take this rose.
What was his reasoning?
He said because he promised her he'd always take care of her and always that sort of thing. And it was the final rose.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah. And she was like, no.
Because I don't know what's the right thing to do. Like, that's a sticky situation.
I saw somebody say it was both selfish and selfless at the same time.
Yeah, right.
It was like, holding Susie to you, but also at the same time doing it so Susie doesn't get sent home.
Right.
Like, it's a confusing situation. And Lexi was like, I knew it, you know, like whatever. So, but it's left on a cliffhanger.
Ooh.
Which made me feel locked into Tuesday night's episode. Of course, they got me.
There you go.
Hi, friends. This is Kelsey from Boise, Idaho. I am calling with a question that I've been thinking about for a long time lately. So celebrities obviously, sorry, that's my baby eating breakfast. Celebrities obviously have their Instagrams that they use for promotion, tour content, Easter eggs, Taylor Swift, tour content, all that kind of stuff. But do you think that big celebrities like Taylor Swift have a Finsta that they use for their close friends, where they're actually sitting there sharing memes back and forth? Obviously, some celebrities use their verified social media for personal use, like Joe Jonas or Justin Bieber. But I've been thinking about this forever, and I'm curious your thoughts, or if you have any inside info. Just wanted to know. Anywho, you guys are my favorite. Love you both so much.
Thanks.
I hope you guys have a wonderful summer and enjoy the rest of your tour. Bye.
Thanks. Yes, I do.
I do as well. I don't. No insider info.
None. We're not a part of any.
No insider info. I just think that, you know, everybody likes to lurk a little bit too. Mm-hmm. You know, even if they're not posting or sending things, it's just something that they can look at what's going on Instagram without being on their own account, you know, accidentally liking something or blah, 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 whatever. It's just like having something that they can they can just scroll around on,
yeah,
you know?
So free, so willy-nilly.
Yeah.
They could tap whatever and nobody will be like, oh my God, so-and-so liked this.
For sure.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, I definitely think they do. And they allow
that would be my guess, too.
Like they're like 5 closest friends on there, you know?
Right. Well, that's why I think if people have it and they don't really interact with their own friends or anything on it, or like they don't follow people, they don't do anything like that, because the internet finds these things fast, you know? So it's like, they'd be like, oh wow, look at this one account is followed by like 18 of Taylor Swift's closest friends. Like, what do you think this account is? Blah, blah, you know, like
they also need fake accounts.
Yeah.
It's got to be everybody's Finstas on one thing.
I think it's just like, I think there's literally just something that they can go on and just look at what's going on from a different profile, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hi, Rhea, Fran, and Noah. This is Lauren from Charleston, and I was just calling in because I have a bit of a take, or at least a suggestion, I should say, for the Love Island producers. If they're going to start sending American ladies or guys into the show in the UK, why not have Casa Amor be a little switcheroo between the two? Have the UK folks come over to the US and vice versa for Casa Amor. I think that it would be very spicy, and also I'm a big fan of the UK, so anything to be able to watch both at the same time, maybe cut down on some of my screen time hours would be awesome. But I'd love to hear your take, and please say hi to Olive. I met a gal named Olive over the weekend, and she was like, oh, you know someone named Olive? And I said, yep, a dog. So anyways, have a great day, y'all. Thanks for making so much good content. I enjoy it.
That's sweet. Thank you. Well, Olive says hello. She's right here.
Olive can hear.
And I mean, I love the idea of that, like throwing them all together. The execution of that could be tough.
If they were in the same country.
Yeah, it's like if the US filmed in Mallorca and the UK at the same time, maybe.
Yeah, but the thought of all that just made my head explode.
That
would be such a crossover that I don't even know if I could comprehend sitting on my couch watching it.
Like
I would be
like,
wait, what?
No, I actually think my brain would explode too. Just thinking about like the seasons going on right now, thinking about if like the 5 or 6 guys stayed like in their villa and the original girls from UK came to them, and then like they just like swapped villas.
What if like someone who got sent
Villa
home
swap
comes in to the, like someone who gets sent home on UK then walks in as like a bombshell on the US?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That would be even worse though, because it's like
my head spinning.
Because then especially with that, it's like, oh, people get sent home that were voted off. Now we gotta watch them on another show.
Vote for your favorite islander that you want to see shipped to the US.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, who do you want to see invade?
Swap
Yeah.
2 Islanders.
Right, swap
Vote
2
for your
Islanders.
4 Islanders you want to send to Fiji.
Holy shit! Voting to swap them would be insane, and nobody knows. All of a sudden, they're like, "Yeah, you're going to this villa," and they're like, "What?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
That would be awesome.
that would be crazy.
It would be
I wouldn't be
crazy.
surprised if somewhere down the line
Where
we
does
get
Australia
something like
shoot
that.
there?
Mallorca.
Also Mallorca.
So U.S. is the only one that.
Yeah, because it's like I don't know. I think it's maybe because of the time change. Like it's easier with the time change situation with getting.
Oh yeah.
But
But it really could be wherever.
it could be
they
anywhere. It
wanted
really could be anywhere. Yeah,
with the
it really
time.
could be.
You
It
know,
could be.
they, like
Imagine they
it would
put you
just
on
be
like a 10-hour flight.
I don't know. Maybe there's not room for that many villas in Mallorca.
yeah, I saw something about it having to do with like production and payment and all that
Yeah, that
situation.
Could, yeah,
Because Survivor also films only in Fiji now.
right.
So I don't know.
Maybe like some sort of tax situation or like
Yeah, I don't
production
know.
tax thing.
I couldn't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, I don't know. It's obviously like the shows are made by different. Like ITV is involved on both ends. I'm pretty sure, but obviously then it's like Peacock, you got ITV. It's like a whole different ball game. I don't know how they would work that out,
Right.
but
It is something to think
it is
about, though.
something. It is something. And look, that's what makes. Not to promo, but that's what makes Love Island Games so great is because they do pull people from all
True.
the different shows to be on Love Island Games because they've done all-star seasons of UK, but that's really only been UK. They could assemble quite the all-star cast if they did in Love Island All-Stars mixed of all the different Love Island shows and put
Yeah.
them all on together. But yeah, having some sort of Casa switch would be crazy.
That would
Imagine
be
they just
wild.
switch villas. Be like, all right, here's your new guys. But then you lose so many good people.
But they also wouldn't even know that they're the ones that are on Love Island UK. Like you don't
Right,
even tell
right,
them.
right.
Because they've been locked away. They don't know.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden they come out and they're like, we were on 2 shows at once.
Right. Oh my God, that's so funny too, thinking about that.
They wouldn't know. They would
Yeah.
just be like, these are random new bombshells.
Unless the guys were like, no, yeah, we've been filming like our own show this whole time too. They'd be like, what?
Yeah, right. Then they
Yes.
tell each other. Yeah, I forgot about that
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
But wow, that is some idea. That is something.
I know. There's the seeds are there for that for sure.
For sure.
For
Maybe
sure.
down the line if they run out of ideas.
Yeah,
they'll
yeah,
do that.
yeah.
All right, that wraps up today's Popcorner. The only thing we love as much as talking to all of you, recording this show, and meeting all of you guys is delicious cocktails. And no one serves up real delicious drinks like Rum Haven. Rum Haven is made with real coconut water and no artificial flavors or preservatives for a clean and refreshing taste. You cannot beat the taste of real coconut water. It's delicious, it's clean, and it's refreshing. Enjoy Rum Haven straight over ice with a splash of club soda or in your favorite juice, so you can drink it however you want. We had a Rum Haven cocktail going on both of our tours in this past year that everyone was loving, holding them up in the audience. We're holding it up on stage, cheers them back because we love Rum Haven, especially in the summer. Oh, nothing better. So head to rumhaven.com/chicksintheoffice to learn more. All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by Nick from Love Island USA, aka Mommy's Little Meatball. He's wearing the shirt. I feel like you've also adapted a ton of different nicknames this season, but welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So you have the T-shirt on. I guess my first question is: has that T-shirt been washed?
No. So, like, I do really have like 6 shirts with me. I know this one's like still wrinkly. I do need to wash it. I just need a new wardrobe, so I need Alandra to help me out with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure she would do that easily because I imagine you're wearing the same shirts. It's like, okay, I'm gonna take you out shopping for sure.
I think she's a bit tired of seeing it at this point, but I think we're gonna retire the shirt soon. So
Yeah, well, you had to wear it for the interview. How are you feeling now post Villa? We see you got your phone, you're on TikTok Live, you're making Snapchats. How are we feeling?
I think I got my phone and it was like super overwhelming. I think there was so much love and support, and the Nicolandria, the Mamacita, the Mommy's Meatball. There was just so many things that I wasn't ready for, and I think when I got my phone, I'm like, all right, let me start Snapchatting, and I think we hadn't even, it wasn't even an hour into getting our phones back, and I was like recording everyone in the van, and it was getting posted on Instagram, and
Mhm.
I had never experienced anything like it before. And people running up to us and asking to take pictures at the airport. It was like a surreal feeling. I felt like Justin Bieber when he was 12 or something, with the when he had the hairstyle like that. So
Yeah. I mean, it is crazy because you go in there, nobody really knowing who you are, and then you come out and it's a whole different world. Even when your families visited, you were kind of told a little bit about how viral the Mamacita mommy thing was happening. Now, do you get it being out and seeing the video?
now that the Mamacita thing has been aware to me, I'm like, this, I mean, it's crazy. Like, Justin Bieber made a video, I think J
Hmm.
Lo, Demi Lovato, like people I've been listening to since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it was just mental. And when they first brought it up to me, I didn't even know what I had said. It was just like a natural conversation that Huda and I had.
Yeah, because I think people were wondering why. Why was that your natural response to her saying she's a
Like,
mommy?
why does Nick's brain work like that? I don't. I have to ask myself these questions as well. So
I think like you said, you guys have all been hanging out in LA now. You're posting videos and everything together. Is anyone sick of each other at this point? Like, or are you just excited to be out in the real world together?
I think nobody's sick of each other yet. We spent a lot of time together, and but it's different. Like we're in the outside world now, and I think we're really trying to hold on to each other as like support systems because it is hard. You see 1,000 good things, and then you see that one bad thing, and you like keep replaying it in your head. So I think it's nice to have everyone to be there for each other and to kind of support each other through the good times and like some of the bad times.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get right down to what
Oh,
everybody wants to know and wants to
Let's
talk
do it.
about. We're going to talk about you and Alandria. Now, when it came to voting, there was a moment on the app where it was like vote for your individual favorites separately. And we both voted for you and Alandria separately as our favorites. But we were a bit skeptical of the relationship between you two because you
Mhm.
were coupled up with Sierra. Alandria was getting to know where things landed with Taylor. Once you guys, you were removed, you were put on a date, and then you were brought back in. You tested your connection and decided, this is just going to be a friendship. Then Sierra was removed from the villa. Taylor had coupled up with Clark, and then you guys decided to explore again. Can you kind of take us through that journey? Because I think everyone, or not everyone, you guys have so many fans, but some were a little skeptical of how it went from being closed off to Sierra to now I'm going to open this up back again with Alandria.
Right. And I think it's super valid to think that. And um, to that point, like I haven't seen the show by the way, so I'm
Mhm.
going just based off my personal experiences. I have seen the last episode, but um, Sierra and I did have like this great connection. And was I expecting her to be removed from the villa? No, like I had no idea why. I was lost and confused, but and I wasn't really ready to, switch as fast as possible straight to Alandra. It wasn't like that. And Alandra and I had talked about that. We both had strong connections. She had that strong connection with Taylor, and I had that strong connection with Sierra. So for us, it was more like we felt lost and confused together. And through those first couple days, it wasn't, instantly. It wasn't just we're kissing outside of challenges. We're doing all these things that boyfriend and girlfriend do. No, it took a lot of time and a lot of conversation and really like feeling lost together. And I think when we kind of joined up, it was this really team effort, and I think that's what bonded us at first, and that's how we got to where we are now. And yeah.
Yeah, and I think even watching, we had discussed that we think you guys have such a beautiful friendship, and if that turns to relationship or romantic, that's amazing as well. And building that friendship foundation is so important too. What made you guys? You said you were lost and confused together, and you had closed off the romantic connection. What made you go, okay, we're lost, confused, we're leaning on each other, but now actually like I'm into you. Like, because we can definitely see that now.
Yeah. There was multiple moments to where I think the first thing was the baby challenge. We had Marcel, and um, it was a doll, but
Yeah.
it felt real. And the way she would let me kind of take over things, and and like drop a lot of her walls. Like, we all know Alandria is like this fiercely loyal, protective, and when she dropped those walls with Marcel and let me kind of take over, I thought like that was really empowering for me. And then I think it was the what was the day after, the family day. Family day really put things into perspective. We were starting to feel like pretty strongly for each other. And then we had my mom come in and her mom come in and pretty much say they've been supporting us since the first day. And I said this before, like, but for Alandria and I, family is everything. And when we got that stamp of approval, it's like, okay, now you take a step back and you look at it and you say, like, wow, this relationship is something. If our parents are thinking it and we're thinking it, and so it was kind of just like this progressive, step by step, build up, build up, build up, and then our first date, and that was like truly amazing. At our first date, and it just happened to be the last episode. So for us reading those letters and getting that message from my dad and Alandria's sisters and America, and at that point it was like, okay, there's so many signs here, and like we're giving this a shot.
Did you feel any, I guess, outside pressure from not just you, like from your couple, but either the other Islanders or behind the scenes, or, like you said, you're reading America's thoughts that they're supporting you. Did any of that kind of come into play in your mind of like, oh, everyone's thinking this, we really should give it a shot?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was pressure. It was more like just another notion to to try it out and to see if it could work. So I don't think it was pressure. Just more of like a little bit of a layup.
Yeah. More like, oh, this might be a sign. You guys did show interest in each other in the very beginning. We had the blindfold kissing challenge and you guys kissed. And I think that we forgot about that as the season went on, because you had coupled up with Sierra and Alandria was with Taylor. And I think, your stands online were like, wait, what about this from the beginning? We forgot about that. And we even forgot about it too. But I think people also want to know, when it comes to your relationship with Sierra, right before she was removed from the villa, you guys had a conversation and sort of closed things off. Was there any part of you that thought about leaving after she left?
Yeah, so after Sierra and I closed things off and she was removed from the villa, I did, I again, like she just left. Nothing, it was a completely normal day. She just left. And then I was brought, I was brought and told that she was gone for, I think it was some sort of personal reasons or something along those lines. Very vague. Was never told the details of anything, and I was like, okay, this is someone I'm closed off with. This is someone I have like a really close relationship with, and I was definitely strongly considering leaving. And then I had a talk with myself and behind the scenes kind of stuff, and I also told myself, I said, if whatever is happening in the outside world is something I don't align with, then that could be perceived as me supporting that. And so I did give I gave myself the chance to kind of stay in the villa, and then coming out now, seeing what it is and whether or not those values believe in what I value. It's like now I can kind of have like a better perception on it, and come into the space with more knowledge to think about it. And it's been a lot. It's been overwhelming, and I'm still taking the time to like process everything that I've been seeing. So
yeah, how has Alandria been there for you throughout all of this as kind of a support system?
She's been an absolute crutch. Like, I mean, seriously, we are there for each other in every way. I think our journeys were very similar. And we both felt like we wanted to leave the villa at some point. I know between her and Taylor, she pretty much has given up. And then when we had brought her back, I think it was at one of the later challenges, she was one of the three girls left. And I was really like advocating for her to come back, not just because it was a personal thing, but because I really felt like she deserved to be there and stay in the villa. And at this point too, coming into the real world where we have these chats together, chats. I keep saying chats.
It'll wear off soon.
I know, right? Like I'm looking for that fuzzy mic on my neck. But no, we're seriously just there for each other, and I know Alandria's mom and my mom are there for each other. They're on the phone and making sure we're okay with like this absolute wave of whatever you want to call it. It's crazy.
I loved both of your moms. I mean, I talked about this on our show. Just watching Alandria and her mom together in their relationship made me so happy. Like her mom was hyping her up so much, and Alandria was like, "How am I looking?" And it was amazing to watch. And then your mom being so supportive, being like, "Come over for dinner." Like all of that was so cute and adorable. And you guys are feeding everyone online with the TikTok lives and seeing more of you guys together, which is exciting. Where do you think your relationship stands right now? Are we exclusive, feeling it out? What's the label?
It's the hard part is labeling it, and I know everyone wants to have a label. But when you step back and look at things in like a real world perspective, we've only been together for a couple weeks now, and to me, becoming closed off is a process, especially after being closed off with Sierra so recently. I think that me and Alandria and I are working at a pace that's comfortable for us, and so we're not labeling it boyfriend and girlfriend, but let's just say we're doing a lot of things that a boyfriend and girlfriend do, and really enjoying each other's time and being happy with one another. And we have a pretty fun date that we're going on today. So I think it's the little baby steps are adding up, and things are looking really good right now.
Can you tell us what the date is?
Yeah, sure. We're going to Disneyland with Ace and Shelly.
Oh, fun!
My dream
And
date.
Taylor and Clark.
yeah, my dream date.
My dream date.
Cute.
There's so many different things that you guys, I'm sure, are seeing online, right? Like you said, you and Alandria were on Snapchat and said, we're seeing all the edits, we're seeing them, all the fan edits, all the TikTok edits. Have you seen the ones where people were really cutting up your face and your reactions when you were in your relationship with Sierra versus your face and reactions when you've been with Alandria?
Yeah, so I have seen those edits, and I think regardless of what Sierra has ever said, I think that she's someone who has feelings and someone I had feelings for. And I don't, they love to laugh at that one because I was like, what did she say? She said,
Are you my dream girl?
Yeah, dream girl. And I was like,
Yeah.
But I'm trying to like bring myself back into that time, and I'm thinking, I don't remember what I was thinking, but maybe it was true the way that things were, filmed and recorded. And I do, I'm smiling with ear to ear when I'm with Alandria. So
yeah,
I think that's that.
Yeah, I think, and even, mentioning that we were skeptical, I think as the season got towards the end and we talked about, we are seeing these edits of subconsciously, I'm not really sure Nick was totally in it with Sierra. Obviously wanting to be respectful to Alandria. Do you think you'll have a conversation with Sierra at all, or is that kind of just not going to happen?
That's something that I'm still taking the time to process. I think that, I'm still taking the time to process. I just got my phone back, not even 24 hours ago. So I'm dealing with, speaking with my family and speaking, with my friends back home. So there's just a lot of stuff going on, but that's something that I need to sit down and kind of figure out.
Yeah. I do appreciate the clarity on some of the process between, when she left and you guys got together, because when we're watching a show like this, I know you said you haven't seen the episodes, but we only see so much. So the switch looked really quick.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I know that like you're saying, you guys had a lot of conversations, but it was like, oh, she's gone. That's it. We're not, it's like, it's over. I'm on to Alandria. And that's just kind of how it was cut together. So that I think is where some of, when we were talking about the show, the skepticism came from. But seeing you guys together at the end and hearing your families talk about, each other too. When is Alandria gonna go visit your family?
We're gonna have to go soon. My mom's, I'm not kidding. She makes really good meatballs, like just ironically. And so we need to go have mommy's meatballs with mommy. And
Not Huda.
Yeah.
Or Huda can go too.
Yeah.
our daughter Huda, aka Hilton, can definitely come and eat dinner with us. But the dinner's happening soon. I'm going to hopefully going to go to Decatur and visit some of Alandria's family. I know she has some cousins out there. Her mom, shout out Miss Felicia.
Yeah.
And I'm going to visit Houston. Two places I've never been before, Houston and Alabama. So
Yeah.
it's just so fun, like all the opportunities that have arisen to us, and we're going to go to some college football games.
I was going to say,
yeah,
gotta do the college football Saturdays.
we have so many fun things planned together, and it's like so exciting to look forward to.
Yeah, that is very exciting. Now, I want to move on to some of the guys because there was a lot of drama. Maybe you've seen even coming off the show when Jeremiah was sent home. I think the viewers were confused about the decision. I know that was a while ago, but can you kind of bring us back to that moment on what you guys were thinking? And also, Jeremiah, it seemed like you were very close with him, and I think he was a little thrown off by being sent home by you as well.
Yeah. So I'm very close with Jeremiah. I still consider myself really good friends with him, regardless of anything he might have said. And I think that there's a lot of clarity to that situation that is not aware yet. And it's something that I'm waiting till the reunion to happen, because it's interesting to see, how people act when they think one thing, but in reality, it's a whole nother thing. And sorry, there's like noises, but when in reality, it's a whole nother thing. So to me, honestly, like I'm gonna have Jeremiah's back. I know, I followed him right after I got out of here, because in my head, I'm like, oh, we're boys. I maybe collectively as a group that night we decided to send him home, but hopefully he'll understand why. And but trust me, there's I hope that they show you this clip in my head, because it's so let's just leave it at that.
So you're saying there's a clip that wasn't shown on the show that would give clarity as to why?
Yes, and clarity, let's just say that. Yeah, I promise you that. And I'm sure Jeremiah and I will be able to have a conversation, because I do love the dude, and he might not know that and might not think that, but I have respect for him. I have love for him. And I'm happy to see that he's succeeding. I've been seeing like something about his book club and freaking Chipotle, and I'm really happy. Whether or not he wants to reciprocate that right now, I think in August when we're at the reunion, it's going to be, we're going to see. We'll see.
You'll be able to hash everything out. You guys have joked now about the three of you, Taylor, Ace, and the Three Stooges, the whole thing. That friendship, you guys got so close. What was the initial pull between the three of you guys? Like, was it kind of an instantaneous, like, wow, this, like, we're really going to get along, us three?
Yeah, honestly, the first days in the villa, the Three Stooges was Jeremiah, Taylor, and Ace. I honestly felt like I was the odd man out for the first couple of days. And as they got to know my personality more, when you're seeing me in face value, it's a lot different than when you start to get to know me. And so it became the Four Stooges. And then I think like a lot of movements in the villa, this, that, and some people felt like they were outcasted, and then it was Three Stooges, and or Ed and Eddie, as I've been seeing online. I mean, the memes of Ace being like the ringleader is just hilarious to me. And again, like the reunion will show, and that's why I'm laughing about it because uh, first of all, I can laugh about myself. Ace can laugh about himself, and we love the edits, and so yeah.
I'm really curious about this reunion clip you're talking about, and I know you don't want to give it away, but how are you going to assure that they're going to play it? Are you going to be like, pull the clip up? Are you going to just mention what it is out loud, and then hopefully they play it? Like, what's the game plan here?
Game plan is crash out if they don't show it. I'm full on running through the wall, you know what I mean? So Nick, you'll see a Nick crash out. And speaking of crash outs, this past 24 hours I've been, nonstop on my phone, like clocking that T. I've been, Lil Yachty, shout out Lil Yachty for thinking our relationship is fake. I'm on you, bro. And, I've been active on the lives. I've been, but I told myself, all right, I gotta chill. Like I just got my phone back. Can we relax? But no, it's been a blast.
Yeah, you've been sharing like, Huda's been hanging out with you guys too. That has seemed to be such a funny friendship to me because, you did try and send her home multiple times, but it does seem like you guys are great friends. How were you able to talk through all those decisions where you're like, look, I have been trying to send you home, but here we are, you're still here?
Huda and I have had this conversation so many times, and the fact of the matter is I did try and send her home twice, and I know that Huda HQ is not happy with me about that. But I think the I think from what I've heard, you guys could see how draining it was the Jeremiah and Huda show for I don't know, a week or a week and a half, whatever it was. And on camera, you might have seen I was stressed, and off camera, I was stressed. It was taking away from my relationship. It was taking away from my experience, and to summarize that's why I voted her off. So we had these conversations over time, and I started to realize that she did deserve another chance to be there, and we grew this like really great friendship, and she's like a sister to me, and I'm like her brother, and we look after each other, and it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. So we started off pretty rocky, but now we're super close. And I love Huda a lot. And I love like the dynamic that Alandria, Huda, and I have. I think it's hilarious.
Now, sending somebody home, especially somebody you have a connection with, is hard. And now we're going all the way back to the beginning. But when Bella was sent home, was there and you had to make a decision, was there any part of you that instantly was like, ooh, I'm sort of missing Bella now? Or did you feel like you made the right decision? Because there were talks as soon as she left. We interviewed her. Everyone was like, go back in. Everybody wants to send you back in. Where was your head at?
Well, to go off your point of like go back in, when I got out of the villa, I was like really happy for Bildasha. And she's killing it. And I saw some stuff that she had said about me, but it wasn't anything like too crazy. I know she didn't follow me on Instagram, but wait, what's the question again? Sorry.
Just like if in the villa, if you were like regretting sending Bella home.
It's tough. Like it was the first week in the villa, and a lot of your first conversations are going to be very surface level and like introductory. And when Sierra came in, I felt like that first night at the Hideaway, we broke down so much of that ice, and we're able to have like these really strong conversations. And I was comparing it to my last relationships as well. Bella's extremely my type, like to a T. That woman is extremely gorgeous, and I think what I wanted from this experience was to, obviously take in the beauty for account, but also take in like the connection that I'm building with somebody. And I think Sierra was really somebody that I could see myself in the long term with, and like have these like really great conversations with. And we were just talking about, just how many I was going through like this checklist that I had for myself. And Sierra was like checking, a lot of those boxes off, where I would look back at Bella and I's conversations, and those check boxes maybe weren't checking because I hadn't broken that level of communication with her. And by the time I had to make a decision, it was like I was really, comparing it. And to me, it was to go with that stronger connection, rather than,
Yeah.
the typical type on paper kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we love Bella. We love Bildasha. She's, great. I hope I get to talk to her on the outside. Honestly, I don't know if that's something she wants to do, but I'm willing to talk to her for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, maybe she'll be at the reunion. We did have a moment, of course, like we've said, where we thought you were going home. You had been sent out. It's things were happening at Casa. What do you think went wrong for you in Casa?
I mean, Casa for me started off really rocky. I think, when nobody stands on your heart, you're looking around, and you're like, damn, I don't know what this means. One, and two, I'm like, does anybody, it kind of hurts a little bit. And, but then, yeah, I think I was coupled up with Clark, and, for me, Casa was, for me, it was like day one again, just trying to reset, leave everything else that you've done in the villa, leave that, and going into Casa. And now I'm focusing on trying to give my 100% into the women that have come into this villa to shake things up. So I really was trying to invest as much like time and effort into each of these people. And I think at first it was Clark, and then it was Jaden. And yeah, that's for me.
Yeah.
Casa was rocky to to start off and to finish with. I think that last moment at the fire pit was so extremely hard. And I don't know if you want me to continue on that or not, but
Yeah. I mean, all roads, it seemed like, led back to Alandria, because then you get sent home. And honestly, watching you have to depart from the guys, everyone was upset watching. And then Alandria, departing from the girls, we were like, it was a little tearful. We're like, oh my God, we're watching these friendships happen and seeing them rip apart. Like, it was a little heartbreaking.
But then I cried a little. Alandria is like this. She was just so composed.
Yeah.
And, like, the girls were so upset. I was like, oh my God.
But then we see Alandria pull up in this car, and you're running into it. And we saw you talk about it a little bit, that you thought you were just getting a nice ride to the airport.
Literally.
Were you was part of you like, all right, maybe this is it, maybe this is the way my journey's supposed to end? Were you coming to terms with it, or were you immediately like, thank God I'm not going home?
I think to start off, the waterworks at that night, where it was insane. I'd never seen so many guys cry in my life. And even the new girls were crying as well. And I think there's more clips of that too, because we were crying. And that's when I knew, like, the friendships that I'd made in this villa were so real and so raw and authentic, that for me it hurt leaving the villa because I couldn't say bye to Sierra. And for me that was really hard, but I accepted it in a way that I'm coming out of here with, I think it was like 5 or 6 of my brothers. Like, these are my actual brothers. They cried for me, they laughed with me, they love me, I love them. And when I'm walking out the front of the villa and see Alandria opening up the car door, I'm like, literally, that was like this freak out moment. And I think that, like, my buddy was running my Instagram, posted a meme of me just like cheesing and running to the car. And I think at that point I was like, okay, now I'm gonna, like, honestly, thank God, like, I get to, I don't know what I get to do yet, but I think I find out later that I get to circle back on, like, a connection that was strong, and say hello, goodbye to Sierra and see my friends again. And I know Ace was pissed the way, they got him crying on TV, and then the next morning I'm there again. I know he was pissed.
I mean, how shocked were you when Ace and Shelly were the ones sent home? I think as viewers, we were all shocked by that as well.
I th- that's the thing about Love Island. It's so unpredictable. And when it's my best friend Ace, and then it's his girl Shelly, and they've just I think at this point they've become exclusive, something that they've been working towards since minute one that they've been in the villa. And it's really hard because that's like a not just a new connection, that's like a real thing that has been building for so long. And shout out to Ace, that's his first. I don't want to say girlfriend, but they're really exclusive, and she's meeting his family, and I'm just so happy for him. But that night that he got sent home, it hurt. But we've had so many dumpings in the past, and we're so close to the end. And I think I don't really want to speak for Ace and Shelly, but I know that I was kind of ready, whatever cards that I was going to be dealt, and I think at that point it's not as hard as week two, getting sent home. So
Yeah.
we're all just happy for each other, and happy to be like even grateful enough to be in the position to be in top 5. So I think that's where Ace and Shelly are thinking.
Yeah. And even on the other side of that, Chris and Huda made it, and they ended up breaking up in the final date. And I don't know if you've seen those clips of Moon Rivers being sung. Honestly, cinematic masterpiece, and something we've never seen before on this show. What was that like in the villa when they came back from their date?
You know, when when Chris and Huda came back from their date, I knew instantly, like they were separated. I was looking at Chris's face. They weren't holding hands, and I think before they left, Chris was like, "Dude, if I'm not holding your hand, then something was happening." So I'm looking around, I'm looking at Chris and Huda. I'm like, "Holy shit, they're not holding hands!" And I was like, "Oh, something must have happened." Then they come to the fire pit, and they basically had said, "I think we're gonna stay friends." And I can respect that. Like the reasons for why they wanted to be friends are extremely valid. I think that their communication styles are very different, and they're hard to see eye to eye on. And it's not like a new connection, that they really explored everything with each other and have come to this conclusion. So I think at this point it's like we have a day or two left. Let's just enjoy being friends, and that's what we did.
Introducing innovation from the award-winning #1 dry shampoo brand. In the US, 1 can of Batiste is sold every 1.3 seconds. The new Batiste Light Dry Shampoo is their lightest dry shampoo. It blends seamlessly into your hair and leaves no white residue. It's lightweight and non-gritty, absorbing oil and grease for a cleaner-looking hair without weighing it down. The Batiste Light Dry Shampoo comes in 2 soft and subtle scents, Mellow Melon and Zen Matcha. It's great on your hair, easy on your wallet, plus you can keep your blowout going for days. Both these scents smell amazing. They're easy, they're light. They were so great for us when we were on tour. We could do a little hair refresh before we hit the stage, get that, hair looking the best we can. And the dry shampoo, the Batiste Light Dry Shampoo, is also so great for those mornings where maybe you go to the gym, you just wash your hair the day before, you don't want to do it again. Little Batiste Light Dry Shampoo goes so far. So buy the Batiste Light Dry Shampoo online or in-store at your nearest retailer. You had some beautiful words for Amaya in the finale after they won, and just kind of talking about her journey and whatnot. What was it like watching? Because it really felt like such a journey for Amaya personally to kind of really show her personality and be her full Amaya Papaya self. What were you what were you, really thinking as you said those words to her?
I think as I was saying those words to her, I would have like these moments in my head where at the beginning of the season when she was getting written off by Ace in a way, and then she was with Zach and kind of going through it with him, and then with Austin, she was going through it with him. It's the process that I said in the speech, that woman, this beautiful woman, because truly it's been beautiful to be on like the sidelines and just watch this all go down, and to see her being appreciated by America too. Like it's like giving me goosebumps now, and it gave me goosebumps at the speech. She is an extremely beautiful, genuine human, and I love that. I just love like the way we speak to each other. Like I go to her if I'm sad or mad, and she brightens my day. And she really is that fire, and Brian's really that water. And I love that line. And she's a poet. She's just authentic, genuine, sweet. And in the grand scheme of things, when I'm looking at her and Brian's relationship, that is definitely someone who deserves to be first place. They've been through as many trials and tribulations as Alandria and I have, and their connection is so strong. And that video we did like a mini watch party of the last episode, and the video of Amaya and Brian kissing with like all these sparks and freaking fireworks. I was on my knees. You know, I love them so much. Brian and I were planning on moving in together, and Chris, Brian and I. So I have a lot of love for Brian. I have a lot of love for Amaya, and just I wish them nothing but the best. I was overwhelmed, and I was about to get the zoomies myself. I get zoomies too off camera. So
I think we saw that a little bit at the beginning of the season when you were running across the beds.
Yep.
You mentioned you're thinking. Are you actually thinking about moving in with them? Is that real?
Yeah, that's real. Brian, you know, I think I'd moved out of my apartment a day before the show started, and Brian is being in Boston. Like, we all want to come to LA together and just hang out. We became really close at the end of the season, when you're starting with like 20 guys and not 20 guys, 20 people, and you don't really get to spend a lot of time with everyone. But when those numbers started going down, that's when we really started building that super strong connection. So Chris is just super chill, good vibes, and I could really see us, working out as a Villa 2.0.
I love it. That's great. You guys have been on TikTok Live, so I know you're seeing all the commentary and seeing all the questions. What's the number one thing you're being asked by the internet right now?
Where's Alandria?
We're wondering the same thing.
I was thinking the same thing.
Because, we wanted to talk to Alandria as well with you, but we couldn't make it happen. So we're wondering, where's Alandria?
She's, I think that she's my shy girl. Like she's taking her time to process everything. I think we had a long flight, not a lot of sleep. And so she was there. She was definitely there. And, constantly like, where's Alandria? Where's Alandria? So don't worry, Nicolandria Hive. She's doing great. She's loving the edits. She's loving, watching us grow through the process. And no, we're just excited she's taking a bit more baby steps to becoming more public with her voice. And meanwhile, I'm her fire to her water. So
hey,
I've been yeah, you know how I've been.
Yeah, totally fair. I mean, it's quite the jump. I feel like it's disorienting for anybody to go from one thing to now how explosive this show is. Did you expect it to pop off in the way it did? We saw it happen with season 6, but even more so this year as well.
I think going into season 7, there was a lot of pressure. I could see, comments of, being made about this will be nothing, like these already writing us off before even going in. And so when you come out of the villa and you're when you're coming out of the villa, it was a shock. The show has been doing, I don't remember the numbers, but it's been doing 3 times as well than last year, and people are having these huge watch parties in like Dallas and Vegas, and my friends are having watch parties in their like apartment, and it's super heartwarming and super scary, honestly.
I mean, Meg the Stallion showed up.
Oh, my queen, Meg. She's seen me toot my thing, so she's seen my ass clap. And,
she did. We all did.
I was watching those clips. I'm like, damn, I didn't know I had the bubble like that. Thank you, Mama. It's definitely my Mama. So
Unbelievable.
I don't know where I got those dances from, but Meg, shout out Meg. I heard that Taylor and I were her favorite that day. So I think I was riding that wave of positivity since since then. So shout out Meg. She's the GOAT.
Yeah,
we-
no, that was so funny to watch. It was so good.
Unbelievable. And I think that we saw Taylor come out of his shell a little bit with his dancing as well, which was honestly
Yeah.
probably the best episode of it, like one of the best episodes of the
I love
season.
that.
It was
Taylor-
unreal.
Taylor is the goofiest dude I have ever met. I mean, me and him are like two just we go crazy together, and I hope they show clips of that too in the reunion. Like we just have fun and constantly laughing, and that's definitely someone I go to for like the best laughs. And I think through the challenges, at least what I saw, he would do this thing where he'd like stick his tongue out like and just kind of stare at you. Then no, he's just so funny. So we have a really strong relationship even with everything going on. So
Right. I was gonna ask you, like, you and Taylor have always stayed so close, and that was a big conversation too with viewers and with us, is like, oh, you're so close with Taylor, and Olandria and Sierra were so close. Like, how do you navigate that friendship when you're like, oh well, now I'm exploring this girl. She used to like you, used to like her, or
Yeah.
and how did you have those conversations with him?
I think like communication is as important in a friendship as it is in a relationship. And this is something that Taylor's always been aware of, like my interest in Alandria. I always told him that. And even when we were recoupled, or around that stage of like when we were recoupling and going through it, I had asked him beforehand. I said like, is it all right if I, explore Alandria? Are you comfortable with that? And not that necessarily if he had said no, like I would maybe still pursue, but asking out of respect and for his approval meant a lot to me. And so when he did give me like his approval, it was there was really nothing else holding me back.
Yeah.
And now you guys are going to Disneyland together today.
Now we're going to Disneyland. We're Clarking it. What's that thing I saw? Like Clark.
Oh yeah. Well, did you see Ace's song?
Ace has a rap song now.
Yeah, and he, that went viral during the season.
I love that. I heard he's a pretty good rapper. We freestyled a lot in the villa. He's kind of like my. Actually, no, I don't want to gas him up too much, but he did teach me how to freestyle pretty good. So let's just say he was my sensei, and I was like his student. So
Yeah.
shout out Sensei Ace.
One of the things that Ace and Shelley kind of immediately cleared up in interviews when they left was the fact that there were a lot of people in the villa that kind of already knew each other or knew of each other. Did you have any experiences with that? And was it like discussed when you guys were in there, or it just like wasn't that big of a deal to you guys when you were there?
Discussed or like discussed?
Discussed like publicly, and we just did you guys talk about it in the villa and we just didn't see it?
Yeah, we did talk about like it wasn't like it wasn't strong connections. Like Ace isn't my my best friend outside the villa, but like just for an example. But I have this tattoo, like I think of invisible string theory, and like how people may meet in the past, and then we're brought to this villa, and these connections being met are crazy. And I think the story between Shelley and Ace was Shelley was out in New York or something, and Ace might have brushed shoulders with her at a club or something along those lines. But I think another thing that wasn't shown was I used to work at like these catering events, and I met Jeremiah for like 2 minutes a few months right beforehand. And I just remember looking at like hearing him and being like, this dude is hilarious. Like what a like character. Like truly one of one. And so then I'm sitting in the villa and I see Jeremiah's like smiley face walk through the doors, and I look at him, I'm like, this dude seems so familiar. And I'm like, oh, we worked together for like a few minutes. And just there's like little things that were not necessarily connected. I don't know who Jeremiah was. And but yeah, it was kind of funny to have those connections. And I think people were like a little upset maybe that how can you not find anyone that hasn't met each other? But that's not something you necessarily know.
Right, because you guys don't know who's going in. You're closed off,
Right.
and you don't know who's going into the villa beforehand.
Zero idea. And yeah, how are we supposed to know? So
Right, exactly. Or like, and you're not telling them, you're not listing every single person you've ever met to the casting directors too.
Absolutely
So
not.
you know, so
No,
it's like
absolutely not.
Yeah, how are they going to do that? The last thing I want to ask you before we wrap up is, you're back online, you're seeing everything. Is there also any like general misconception that you're seeing that you would really like to clear up?
Yes, yeah, I would actually. I saw a lot of videos about my lip being busted and like I have like diseases people were saying. Let me just say we were playing American football. This is my statement. We were playing American football and Charlie being from the UK has never really played. So I was defending him on a route and he kind of like headbutted me in the lip and I got this mean like, blister thing on my lip from getting hit in the by his head, and I don't. Yeah, so if people could stop please making those videos about me having all sorts of diseases.
Right.
And I saw some crazy like AI stuff, and but no, it was from American football. And by the way, he didn't catch it because I locked him down. That's right. I locked down every single person in the villa too. And the basketball clip, this is another thing I want to clear up. I missed a layup on the clip. I can't believe they clipped that, by the way. They wanted to make me look like that. But no, I was hooping on those dudes. Pepe, one-on-one, I'm scoring on you, boy. I saw your highlights. I'm on you.
That's amazing.
They really did. They really did have Pepe. It was Pepe and Chris's time to shine in the edit that they put out for sure.
Yeah, and
it was like the Chris and Pepe highlight reel. I'm like, where are my highlights? I dunked too.
Yeah,
I
no.
dunked too,
Instead,
by the way.
everyone was saying you had herpes, which we're really glad that you cleared up. That you do not.
I have herpes and I can't hoop.
The 2 H's, yeah. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yes,
Thank
definitely.
you, Nick, so much for talking with us. We hope you have a great day at
Yes.
Disneyland. We're excited
Thank
to
you.
see
Enjoy.
where things go with you and Alandria and the rest of the group. We're excited for the reunion. You teased this big thing, and now we can't wait.
Yeah, shout out Mamacita's Meatballs. Thank
Yep.
you, ladies, for having me so much. I've been a huge like Barstool fan since a long time ago. So
Love it.
it's been a pleasure, like you inviting me here. So I'm extremely grateful
Awesome.
for y'all. So thank you.
Oh, we
we're
appreciate
grateful that
that.
you
Thank
joined
you
us.
so much. And enjoy your time out of the villa. Soak it all in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right. Love
Bye,
it.
bye, mommy's little meatball.
Bye. Shout out Nicolandra High. Bye.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Thank you to all those CETA listeners out there that support the best show on earth. We love you guys so very much, and we'll talk to you very, very soon.
Yeah, Chicks in the Office, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Look at the charts, who does it the best? 2 chicks getting paid in reality checks. You can find them at the gym.